What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. It's a Saturday video. I normally don't try to work Saturdays, but you're gonna want to just already go ahead and hit that like button because I have great news for you. That's right. The person behind the Dylan Mulvaney advertising campaign is no longer with Bud Light. They're marketing it as a leave of absence, but they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. This is, what should happen. If you're all the people out there who are saying the boycott isn't working, sales are fine, stay mad, loser. Wrong. I shared yesterday that sure, sales haven't completely fallen off for Bud Light, but not everybody's online all the time. Things like this take some time. A brand's credibility doesn't normally disappear completely overnight. It takes some time. And now we know that Bud Light's marketing leadership has now undergone a shakeup, given the controversy with Dylan Mulvaney. This is why companies shouldn't get political. They should just look. You make mediocre beer, all right. This isn't a insult to people that like it. Just you make a product. Maybe don't screw that up. Maybe don't insert yourself in the culture war and try to pick a side. This is exactly a core tenet. I've been covering this stuff for years. By the way, if you enjoy it, please do subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video. I've been doing this for years. Company after company after company. Sure, it works for some people. Sure, Nike's going to be fine. Sure, a lot of companies that hired this dude are going to be fine. Not everyone, though. Eventually, people put their foot down and they say enough is enough. And that's exactly what's happened. And this is why companies need to stay out of it. Bud Light's marketing leadership undergoes shakeup after Dylan Mulvaney controversy. By the way, if you haven't yet, so many of you already have. I have a company right here in America, American employees, that literally is so hardcore about providing a high quality product and staying apolitical. I literally call it Coffee Brand Coffee. We now are something like 30 or 50,000 customers strong. I forget what the latest number is, because we make a good product and we don't stay political. It's roasted fresh on demand. It's available in whole bean or ground. We have 15 different organic teas too. Cocoa. We rolled out strawberries and cream. Our cold brew, our new cold brews are flying off the shelves. I got some behind me there too. Give us a try. Promo code The Quartering. You'll save, and you're going to get high quality coffee, tea, or cocoa from a company that is never going to do something stupid like this. We're just going to shut up and make the coffee, tea, or cocoa. And if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. I think you will. So, Bud Light's marketing undergoes shakeup. We have Bud Light marketing exec behind Dylan Mulvaney partnership takes leave of absence. The Bud Light senior marketing executive behind the controversial Dylan Mulvaney ad campaign has taken a leave of absence, according to a report. Alyssa Heinrich, vice president of marketing for the popular beer, will be replaced by Budweiser global marketing VP Todd Allen, Ad Age reports. Heinrich has led the brand since June, so not even a year. It's unclear if a replacement will be permanent. Of course it will. By the way, this is somebody who was born rich and has been rich their entire life. This is a multi-millionaire trying to represent lunch pail, blue-collar workers who drink their product. The move comes as Bud Light and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, have faced immense backlash for its partnership with Mulvaney. At the conclusion of Mulvaney's, quote, transition, Mulvaney did not transition. Dubbed 365 Days of Girlhood, the beer maker sent the activists custom-made cans featured their faces, we know. A day before Mulvaney announced a partnership, Heinrich was interviewed by the podcast Make Yourself at Home, where she discussed her work in transforming the Bud Light brand from its, quote, fratty, out-of-touch humor to a beer company that embraces inclusivity. Gone. Ripperoni, Bozzaroni. Of course, the famous quote, "I'm a businesswoman." I like how she has to clarify that. She's a VP of a billion-dollar company. But yeah, I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we don't attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. She said she thought belief to the brand is that to evolve and elevate means to incorporate inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means a campaign that is truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and men. You know what appeals to women and men about generic beer? Getting drunk, having fun, not politics, not buying a beer and being forced, having a conversation thrust upon you by somebody that maybe you're not even in the know, right? You just go to Pick and Save or you go to the grocery store and you're like, hey, I'm just going to get a 12-pack of beer. The cashier's like, when's the transition? Or the cashier's like, oh, stunning and brave of you. Or somebody's like, your buddy sees you drinking it. And they're like, oh, when are you getting a bottom surgery? People don't ask for that. That's like literally what is driving Coffee Brand Coffee too. It's like, I don't want the company to have a political identity. I just want to make a good product. Bud Light, just like Pepsi or Coke. I'm not a beer drinker, even though I look like I am. I don't drink much beer. But I will say this. It's like, oh, will I drink a Pepsi? Sure. Do I prefer, will I drink a Pepsi? Will I drink a Coke? Will I drink an RC? Sure. Do I have a preference? Sure. But it doesn't matter. There's no skin off my nose to switch something else. Or if the place I'm at, oh, we have Pepsi products. Fine, I'll drink a Pepsi. Like, it's fine. Quote, we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light has been kind of fratty, out of touch humor. Well, you got what you wanted, right? And by the way, you see the sales have dropped. Now, I don't think it's 50%. On Thursday, conservative commentator Benny Johnson posted a YouTube video with a title claiming Bud Light sales had dropped 50%. However, the context notes on Twitter stated that the 50% is misleading and appears to be made up. Yeah, we don't need to do this. I've had a conversation with Benny. I like him. We don't need to lie because I actually don't think that helps. He got 10,000 likes. I get why he did it. The sales are down. We don't have to lie about how much it is, or, look, I clickbait too, but 50%. But we saw in sales report yesterday that it was down something like 10%. When you're talking about a company that, deals in the billions of dollars, that's a lot of money. And it's only getting worse as people, go out there. And there are other fake news too. Like, people posted this picture of a billboard that called, that Bud Light made a billboard that called them crybabies or something like that. That never happened either. Now, I don't know who started that, but it would have been a nice video to make. But the idea here is that people in this country, have had enough of this. They don't want everything to be political. They just want to enjoy their cola. They want to have a beer. Jack Daniels too, right? They're doing, we're going to sponsor this drag show and we're going to do this and that. Why? Because they can't stand on quality. And that's really at the end of it. Do you think a pair of Nikes are any better than a pair of Reeboks? No, they're all made by the same kids in China. Sweatshops. Do you think an iPhone is really that much better than an Android? No. They both have their things that they do better than the other. But they're not. There's a shift that happened. Maybe it always was this way. I'm sure it was because lifestyle marketing is a thing, right? But if you can't stand on quality, you have to sell lifestyle. You have to sell other things. It's not like Bud used to be like, fresh and, we have a born on date. Was that Miller that did born on date? All this stuff. We're selling freshness. That stuff works. But if you're like, if you want to support the LGBTQ community, buy our beer. That doesn't work. Yes, you're saying something. It's like Yeah, you made an ad that said something, but how many people did that really get out there and buy your product? I just don't think it. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think that it has a measurable effect on the market. Sure, you run an ad, and people I think mistakenly think, well, it was an ad that said something about LGBTQ. It must have worked. Wrong. You're just top of mind, and a bunch of randos that don't really care about beer, that are just buying it for the weekend party, saw a Bud Light ad and they're like, oh, I'll just get some Bud Light. It's just about the ad. It's not about what they're saying. This is probably only the start. And by the way, I don't think people should go back to Bud Light either. Unless they officially announce that she's been fired and they apologize, I think the boycott needs to remain. Now, when companies make changes, I think it's fine to go back. But this, unless Bud Light comes out and says, yes, we explicitly did this to get rid of this person and we're sorry, boycott needs to stay on. And by the way, educate yourselves on the other products that Anheuser-Busch has too. Just make sure you're not switching to something that is also paying them money. And this is good. People need to keep the pressure on, though, and not forget. Keep the pressure up. Pour it on. Drink something else. You'll be fine. I know you will. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I really, really hope you'll leave a like on it and you'll subscribe, and we'll talk to you again real soon.